I've been feeling lost the last couple of weeks. I've been overwhelmed with all sorts of emotions, which forced me to take a break from rationality and just let the flood of feelings take over. This is a very new sensation to me because in the past it usually was the other way around. I normally got stuck in my head, made up some story in there, and blocked all emotion. I certainly prefer it this way, but I do want to make sure this phase doesn't last too long either. I've been experiencing a lot of anger, frustration, sadness, disappointment, loneliness, and that's okay, but I'm not planning to keep wallowing in that. Because times have changed for me, and besides all of those feelings I just described, I also feel hope, love, and confidence. To be honest, it felt a bit like a battle between me and the rest of the world. The huge difference now is that instead of getting scared and giving in, I feel more determined to win this time. To use another famous quote, I have a dream. It's something that has been lingering for several years, but never really came to the surface because I was convinced it was impossible. But now it has definitely reached the foreground, and because of my stubborn personality, I'm not able to ignore it any longer. So, as usual, I got overexcited. The people who know me best have experienced this side of me a couple of times already and know how brutal I can be when an idea gets stuck in my head. And yes, I completely admit that my plans didn't always end that well. Sometimes a huge scar was left, and it has been more than once I had to start again from scratch afterwards. But the thing with me is, I refuse to live in the past and play it safe in life because there might be a chance of a bad outcome. People may call me naive, rash, or even utterly stupid, but that would rarely stop me from going ahead anyway. The issue with my current dream is that I can't do it alone. I need the help of others. So I made a plan of action and started doing inquiries. I knew I was taking on a difficult quest, but with all my confidence and some trust in the universe, I went for it. Unfortunately, up until now, I have only faced several walls. And I get it. What I'm trying to achieve is pretty big, and I can't expect everything just falling into my lap. But the thing that hurts me the most is not the rejection on a practical level, but the fact that people are failing to hide their lack of confidence in me, my abilities, and my resilience. I've had several meetings with strangers, which only ended up with me having to defend myself and my choices, and their literal response that I should find a new dream, one that I would actually be able to accomplish. And yes, that was tough. Each time I felt more discouraged and small, but again, I knew my chances would be slim, so I was determined not to take it completely to heart. So why did I end up so lost at one time? Not because of the strangers and their rejection, but because of my loved ones. I have one person who is genuinely rooting 100% for me in this situation, who sees what I see and believes I have what it takes to achieve my goal. The other people in my close circle want to support me, as they always do, because they only want what's best for me. They have witnessed my tears and distress in the past, and I know they just don't want me to go through that again. But hearing their feedback really upsets me. Even though I know they mean well and I wouldn't want anything other than their honesty, it makes me feel alone. The things they say actually make a lot of sense, and I understand where they are coming from, but all I can hear is them saying, "Here she goes again with one of her fantastical ideas, another plan that's bound to fail." So I decided to take a step back and let it sit for a while, as this is one of my fortes. And I think I'm starting to see the bigger picture now. Even though I'm not completely convinced that my inner circle doesn't just see this as one of my silly quirks, I mainly believe I'm projecting again. No one literally said that I can't do it, but yet that is the message I received. And why? because deep down inside, I'm afraid I might fail again. Why do we put opinions of others about ourselves on pedestals? Because we don't give any importance to our own opinions. I've only recently started to actively think about what I want and how I feel about myself. It's still very scary, and sometimes it's easier to hide behind someone else's negativity or rationality. But that's not the way to get somewhere in life. My aim is to stay true to myself, and that also includes making some tough decisions and taking responsibility for them. I am a dreamer, and I certainly tend to choose the hard road. And although it has brought me in some terrifying situations, I don't think I will ever lose that part of me, nor would I want to. It hurts me that people sometimes don't take me seriously or see me as this spacey and unrealistic person. But on the other hand, I also understand. And that's the big challenge I need to face now. I want to choose me, but I'm still not really sure what that means. For so long, I was used to listen and act to what others or the negative voice in my head told me. So at times I get insecure and confused when I want to prioritize my own voice. Some of the qualities I love about myself are also the ones that make my life just a bit more difficult. I like simplicity and comfort, but unfortunately that is not the way my brain works. I am full of contradictions, which is very clear in the manifestation of my life. So for now, I think I should keep taking it easy and tread with care, but without losing myself and the goals I want to set in life. Always listen to others with an open mind, but don't let it take over. Your life is your own, so don't stop believing in yourself, even if it feels you are the only one.